Controversial films have long been a source of both criticism and fascination, pushing cultural boundaries while allowing filmmakers to express their perspectives in challenging ways. But not all controversial films have been welcomed with open arms. Some have been banned outright in the US for being too extreme or offensive to the general public. So join us as Facts First presents controversial movies that are banned in the US. Cannibal Holocaust is a fictional film that's been banned in multiple countries due to its controversial content, and has been mired in scandal since its release. It follows an anthropologist as he ventures into the rainforest of South America to uncover the truth about a team of 4 missing filmmakers. The movie featured footage that many believe to be genuine, leading to allegations that it was an actual snuff film. Cannibal Holocaust is considered one of the most banned and controversial films on record, shocking viewers with graphic violence and imagery while igniting a heated debate among film critics. Despite the harsh criticisms, many consider it an effective piece of filmmaking that puts a spotlight on issues such as human rights and colonialism. Cannibal Holocaust was also criticized for its gratuitous depictions of animal cruelty, and according to a report by Slash Film, a few of the people involved in its production ended up receiving suspended sentences in Italy after being convicted of violence and obscenity charges. Pink Flamingos, 1972. The cult classic film Pink Flamingos by Hairspray director John Waters has long been banned in several countries, including at one time America, due to its controversial and scandalous portrayal of quote-unquote perverse sexual acts that depicted homosexual and heterosexual relations, as well as numerous scenes of full frontal nudity. However, despite the initially discouraging response, the film remains a testament to honest artistic expression. It also helped launch the underground stardom of the legendary drag queen and actress Divine. The film dives deep into the world of underground subcultures, highlighting aspects of taboos that society tries to ignore. It's remembered as a timeless piece of banned cinema that was arguably ahead of its time. I Am Curious, 1967. The banned movie I Am Curious created a massive stir in its day. When it was released, it caused quite a scandal. The film was about the sexual awakening of a young girl. In the state of Massachusetts, it got banned for being a pornographic film. The movie received its obscene label for showing several scenes that depict explicit sexual acts and nudity, including one scene that showed the young actress kissing an actor's flaccid member. Despite the controversy, it remains a popular film that's remembered for breaking boundaries in regard to sexual expression, free speech, and censorship. The movie started a new era of films that pushed the limits of what could be discussed and depicted openly and freely. To this day, it retains its iconic place in cinema due to the pivotal role it played in banned movies and films. That said, you probably shouldn't watch it, as there's simply no understating just how awful the sexual exploitation of minors is. The Last Temptation of Christ, 1988. The Last Temptation of Christ is a religious drama directed by Martin Scorsese that stirred up controversy among Christian viewers. Viewers were dismayed at the scandalous premise of the film, which follows Jesus, portrayed by Willem Dafoe, in his struggle with his own temptations and mortality. The movie included scenes that involved Christ fantasizing about engaging in sexual activities. Obviously, this was met with wildly mixed responses from audiences. Many went as far as to claim the film was blasphemous, while others simply saw it as an artistic reimagining of the Passion story. Despite being banned in numerous regions, including parts of the US, and being barred from entering film competitions, it was hailed as a remarkable piece of filmmaking when released to theaters. Even today, it remains an example of one of the most controversial films ever created. Monty Python's The Life of Brian, 1970. Monty Python's Life of Brian is one of the most banned movies in film history. When it was released, it caused a great deal of controversy and scandal due to its irreverent take on religion. The movie's mocking nature of faith was so shocking to audiences that its initial showing at an American theater drew protests by hundreds, making it one of the first banned movies of the 1970s. Despite backlash, this classic comedy went on to become one of the Monty Python troupe's most successful films, spawning both spin-off books and even a musical adaptation. Haxan, 1922. Haxan is an early 20th century Swedish banned silent film that caused quite a stir back in the day, and still stands as a classic horror film today. Written and directed by Benjamin Christensen, the film was banned in many countries due to its controversial, albeit revolutionary, blend of documentary footage and horror themes that touched on topics like witchcraft and demons. The film proposed that the witch hunts of the 15th century may have stemmed from misunderstandings of mental illness triggered by mass hysteria. Though it faced much controversy and scandal due to its subject matter, Haxan has since been cemented as one of the most influential banned films ever. To this day, many people praise it for its subtle terror, raw emotion, and ability to captivate. Scarface, 1932. The original Scarface has been banned in multiple regions since its release, making it one of the most controversial films of the golden age of Hollywood. Despite a cycle of bans and re-releases throughout different nations, this classic movie stands firm as a sustained success in the medium of film. The movie was banned for containing excessive violence and was met with scandal not only due to its controversial content, but also its perceived moral relativity towards gangsters. Scarface pushed boundaries and explored crime scenes typically untold, giving this epic and everlasting mark on cinema history. Despite being banned, the film was praised for its sound and cinematography. Reportedly, it was a turning point for the gangster film genre, influencing subsequent films of this type. Scarface has left an ongoing impression on pop culture to date, with many people still recognizing the iconic logos and posters associated with the movie years later. Superstar, the Karen Carpenter Story, 1981. This early 80s film is arguably one of the more famous banned movies. Despite being banned and shrouded in controversy, it has since become a classic film and beloved tribute to the late star. Directed by legendary director Todd Haynes, best known for his work on I'm Not There and Far From Heaven, this 48-minute biographical tragedy paints an honest portrait of the Carpenters singer Karen Carpenter's life, fame, and downward spiral, exploring themes like her relationship with her mom and battle with anorexia. The film was shown at many film festivals, but immediately after Richard Carpenter saw it, he objected to the insinuation that it made about his sexual orientation, as well as how it shed a bad light on his family. He went on to argue that Haynes had never obtained the music licenses for the film, and that legal battle ended up getting the movie banned. The Tin Drum, 1979. The Tin Drum, a film based on the 1959 novel of the same name by Günter Grass, stirred up quite a bit of controversy when it was released in 1979. Despite being banned in several states and countries due to explicit content, the film still managed to become one of the most successful German films ever made. Set in Poland in the 1920s, the movie follows a young boy named Oscar who begins exhibiting strange abilities after being gifted a tin drum on his 3rd birthday. The actor who played Oscar, David Bennett, was 11 at the time of production. In one scene, he appeared alongside a 24-year-old actress in a sexually provocative situation. Due to David's young age and the scandalous content of that scene, the movie was first banned in Oklahoma County, where reportedly all copies were confiscated. Not only that, but a man who had rented the film even faced prosecution. The Prophet, 2001. The Prophet is one of the more controversial banned movies in recent history, drawing intrigue and interest through years of scandal surrounding the film. This critically lauded film was based upon the life of Scientology creator L. Ron Hubbard and is essentially a parody about a cult leader who fleeces his followers. Despite not mentioning Hubbard by name, The Prophet tells a story of a charismatic businessman's unethical methods to generate significant profits while living in a society that looks at his actions with disdain. By using ridiculous tricks, he manages to con his disciples out of mountains of cash. The Church of Scientology ended up securing an injunction against the film due to the similarities to its leader, and distribution was subsequently blocked. The Birth of a Nation, 1915. This silent film drama was initially lauded by critics thanks to its cinematic quality. It's usually regarded as one of the landmark films of early cinema. That being said, it's frequently described as one of the most racist Hollywood films of all time. Not only does it depict white actors in blackface, but it also depicts the KKK in a way that's not only positive, but downright heroic. Set during the American Civil War, following the story of 2 families, one Southern and one Northern. The Birth of a Nation sparked an explosion of controversy, especially among Black Americans, who protested it heavily after its release, calling for its ban so as not to incite senseless violence. Now it's time to hear from you. Have you seen any of these banned films? Let us know in the comments section below.